Welcome to the Promys PSA Business Software for Technology Solution Providers. Today we're going to be doing a brief overview of the Promys Order Management module, so procurement, shipping, receiving, invoicing, and customer asset tracking. So the first thing that you'll notice about Promys is Promys supports full quote version tracking. So each unique bill of material and each unique labor estimate for quote version 1, quote version 2, quote version 3 is automatically tracked in Promys. So if the customer decides they want to proceed with quote version 2, then the unique bill of material and the unique labor estimate with a push of a button will automatically become a sales order referencing that particular quote version. So here's my unique bill of materials, here's my unique labor estimate. Now, in the olden days and in many accounting systems, how this would now be managed from an order fulfillment perspective is someone would cut a PO to Ingram for this item and cut a PO to Tech Data for this item and cut a PO for Synex for this item. And then they'd have to manually track. Did I cut the purchase order for it? Did they ship it to us? Did it get back ordered? And that becomes a pretty hard job. It becomes an even harder job when we've got 2 or 3 orders that all have this particular item on it, one with quantity 2, one with quantity 1, and one with quantity 5. So Promys actually developed what we call our SO Progress screen to help make it easier for order management folks to fulfill orders. You'll see here that the first thing that Promys tells you is all the items that are incomplete in terms of their fulfillment lifecycle. This is the same bill of material and the same labor estimate as the original screen that I just showed you, but now you can see, do I need to order it? Oh, I have ordered it. Am I waiting to receive it? Oh, I have received it. And Promys will also tell you, do I have stock? Now, none of our customers want to be distributors, but there's always that circumstance where I need 15 for an order, but if I buy 20, then I get a really good price break. And if I sit on the shelf for a few days, that's not the end of the world. Promys will tell you without having to go and look up these items or walk around the warehouse, hey, you got stock. Don't order these items and tie up cash flow for no reason. I can then ship the items if I'm bringing them in to stage them, or I can drop ship to the customer and then invoice for them. So let's actually go through this business process, because you'll see here I can purchase, ship, and invoice all right from this screen. So I don't need to order this item because I already have stock. Let's order these 2 items. I'm going to click on purchase. Now I have to basically tell Promys is who am I going to cut the purchase order for? Is it going to be Ingram? Is it going to be Tech Data? In this case, I'll say I'm a Cisco Gold partner and I order direct from Cisco. All I have to do now is click on Save. Promys will automatically create the purchase order and calculate any appropriate taxes. I'll print the purchase order to the screen. Promys supports full multi-currency, so I can purchase or quote and invoice in any currency. You'll see here I'm bringing it in to stage it in this case, but I could easily just drop ship to the customer. So here's my purchase order for those 2 items. Buy it from Cisco, ship it to me. Or I could have drop shipped again directly to the customer. Now, if we go back to our SO Progress screen, you'll see that this information gets updated in real time. I didn't order these items because I already have stock. This item I needed to order, and I did place them on purchase order, but I haven't received them yet. I'm waiting to receive them. So let's use a real-world scenario. This item is going to come in, and this item got back ordered. So I'm going to go here to my receiving screen. The 2 items I just placed on purchase order will be at the top. This item got back ordered. I'm going to receive this item. If you track serial numbers, Promys will only track you for serial numbers for serialized equipment. And you can barcode scan the serial numbers in here, copy and paste from an advanced shipping notice up to 1,000 items at a time, or I'll do it the good old-fashioned way and I'll just enter the serial number in manually. If it was just the cables or patch cords, then I would have just put in the quantity to validate receiving. Promys will automatically create a receipt item number to associate with that particular purchase order. I go back to my SO Progress view. This is where the value of this screen really starts to come into play. These items I didn't order because I already had stock. This item I ordered, it got back ordered. Don't forget, it got back ordered. You better follow up. This item, I ordered it. I was waiting to receive it. It has come in. We can now start staging this item. I could also do a packing slip once these items had all gone through their procurement process and been received. You'll see they come in as allocated inventory, so I don't have to distinguish between order 1 that needed 1, order 2 that needed 3, and order 4 that needed 5. I can simply receive it, and then Promys will allocate the appropriate quantity to this particular sales order number. Now, if I've gone through my whole staging process and I deliver it to the customer, then I can now invoice. Now, I can progress bill in Promys. I can milestone bill. or in this case, I'll just manually create the invoice. And Promys will automatically calculate taxes based on the ship to for the customer. Now, the other interesting thing about Promys is if I used any special quote formatting, where I rolled items up under user-defined headings, then in addition to creating the invoice very accurately based on the actual quantity, pricing, and item numbers, Promys will remember that original formatting on the quote so the customer doesn't get confused. They got quoted 2 rolled up line items in the quoting process, but then I start billing them for individual line items. They're going to have a whole bunch of questions. In this case, all of those items were rolled up under some user-defined headings that the salesperson used. Promys is going to remember that in invoice in exactly that same format. And taxes are automatically calculated based on the local Fed, state, municipal, county taxes. I hope you found this demonstration interesting. If you have further questions, you can contact us at 905-847-6539 or visit our website at www.promys.com.